Today I'm going to talk about how behaviorism, like we learned in class, is applied to dog training. Here in my hand I have a clicker, and I have a treat in this hand. Classical conditioning, like we talked about in class, takes two stimuli and pairs them together. So you click the clicker, makes this sound, and then you give the treat immediately to the dog. So the dog learns that when they hear the click, that means that a treat is coming. So click equals treat. That's the first step you do, is classically condition the dog to realize that they're going to get a treat every time they hear the click. So the click becomes the reinforcer. The click marks the behavior that we're looking for, and then you give the treat as the reward. So the click is the reinforcer and the treat is the reward. In operant conditioning, we're basically taking a behavior and rewarding it consistently enough so that the dog figures out, oh, I get rewarded when I do this behavior. And this can be for anything. You can do reward it for a sit, anything. So the dog hopefully will start redoing the behavior every time they get a reward for it. So I'm going to introduce Nikita here. This is my Australian Shepherd. Come here, Nikita. Come on. Yeah, good girl. Okay. She's not supposed to leave the table until I tell her okay. That's why she was waiting. So she's been trained with the clicker. She already understands that click means treat. So just basically, just as a quick overview, this is how we use the clicker. Okay, Kita, come. Kita, sit. Good girl. So I click for the sit behavior. Notice that I use a cue. Cueing is doing an action that creates a desired behavior. So I say, Kita, down. She goes down, I mark the behavior. I use this hand, I say, stand. Uh-oh. Try again, Kita, stand. Yes, good girl. Click and mark the behavior. Let me check my notes here, make sure I've got all the vocab going. Oh, shaping. Shaping is the process of reinforcing a behavior closer and closer to a desired result. Pure behaviorists will not, only reward a behavior as it gets closer and closer and closer. So for example, later on, I'm going to be using this blanket to teach my dog a new trick. So a behaviorist would click for every interaction with this blanket. So every time she looks at this blanket, she would get a click and a treat. I don't have the kind of time to allow her to figure out what I'm looking for, so I'm going to go ahead and lure her to do the behavior that I'm looking for. But first of all, before we do that, I just want to show you a couple of tricks that she has learned that are a little bit more complex that I've taught her using a clicker. The first is I have here a bowl. We're going to turn it upside down. And she's learned to pose on this bowl. You see, she doesn't even need any command. She just knows that she sees the bowl, it's upside down. She's supposed to get up on that bowl. Okay, come here. Good girl. Come on. No, come here. No, no. Pose. Yay! Good girl. So, she's posing on the bowl. Okay, I'm going to bring the table over here, wait, for another complex trick. We've got upright bowl. Kita, up. Good girl. Sit. Wait. Put some water in this bowl. I'm going to fill it fairly full here. She might take a drink and that's okay. But for this trick, she has been clicker trained to blow bubbles. Kita, bubbles. Try again, bubbles. No, blow bubbles. So I'm going to go ahead and use a treat as a lure, since we haven't worked this trick in a while. Bubbles. Good girl. All right, Kita, bubbles. Oh, you need a treat, huh? Sorry. Bubbles. Kita, bubbles. Good girl. Bubbles. Good dog. And a couple more times. Peanut, blow bubbles. No. Blow bubbles. Good dog. And one more time. Bubbles. Good girl. Want a big treat. All right.